So obviously question marks still remain about when the Football League returns to action, but my mind's already thinking about next year and what players are going to return for the respective clubs. So I thought I'd take a little look at who's up for grabs in the Championship and make up the best 11. And here it comes. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. This time we're going to take a look at the best possible starting 11 out in the Championship that's up for grabs. That's right, completely free. We'll get to that in just one sec. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related. World football, there we go here. A new one, Ruski. Now, before we jump into one, a big shout out to the respective 10, the Magic 10. That is the old Patreons, boys and girls. If you want to join the Patreon gang, there is a link down below. But a big shout out to the boys. You know who you are. Marky B. Mark, Daniel Meller, Constable 1976, Mitchell Shoney, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, John Spurn, Cody Cahoe, Russell Frost, and of course, Noco Drinker, boys and girls. Respect to my brothers for supporting the channel as we go through these quiet times. So today we're going to go through the best possible 11, see how it ranks. Will this team that I'm going to knock up for free be actually any good? Let's take a little look at it now, shall we? We're going to jump into it. We are opting for a 4-4-2 setup here. And we'll start with, of course, the man between the sticks, the big man. It is the goalkeeper. Now, there was a couple of goalkeepers up for grabs. Lee Camp from Birmingham. Cameron Dawson nearly made it into this setup. But unfortunately, he falls short. But the man that we are opting for is actually a nobber. Yeah, that's right. Preston's very own Declan Rudd. He's up for grabs. Well, that's not him. That was a surprise. That was a surprise inclusion. You'll get to see him later. But no, there he is. Here is the nobber himself, Declan Rudd. Yes, very good keeper at this stage of his life. How old is he now? He's 29 years of age, valued around about £1 million in today's market. 1 metre 90. That's a good height for a keeper. 37 games. He has conceded 45 goals along the way. 7 clean sheets. That ain't too shabby, of course. North End doing pretty good at the moment, sitting pretty in the playoffs as it stands, but will they be there at the end of the season? He could be a Premier League goalkeeper by the end of the year, but he's up for grabs. He's absolutely up for free, so we're going to stick him in the middle, and he is the man, hopefully going to keep a clean sheet for us today. Joining him at left back again, there was some competition for places, and I actually went against my brain here and gone for a veteran. Yes, he's had an absolute season despite torrid times. It is Stoke's very own Stephen Ward. That's right, 34 now. He ousted Blackburn Rovers' very own Amari Bell. I don't know what. I think Ward's just had a better, more productive season. He has only played 14 games, though. He is getting on a little bit, but I think the recent revival has seen him be a part of that, a major part of it. He hasn't got the pace anymore. Of course, Amari Bell's got, I think, more expensive, more value to it, but performance-wise, this guy's been there, seen it, and he's got the Blueden t-shirt. Of course, Irish international of time, formerly of them Six Finger Freakazoids as well. Again, formerly of Wolves and Brighton. He's been around a bit. He's been up and down the old Football League as well. So yeah, he's a decent little option. Again, will he get game time again next year at Stoke? I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure he can compete at the Championship level, but he's a slot in there nicely at left back. Now the centre backs, again, there were some options out there. Sol Bamba was out there. Che Dunkley of Wigan, even Ashley Williams has been doing an absolute barnstorming job for Bristol City, and even Naby Sarr at Charlton. But the two that I went for are actually bog standard British, I think they're British players. Yeah, I'm going to go start with Grant Hall at QPR. Of course, their defence is a little bit shoddy. It's all about attack over there, but this guy's done absolute bits, and QPR fans love him. He's definitely been their best defender this season. He is 28 years of age now, so he's still got a few years ahead of him. Played 30 times, 5 goals from defence. That's not too shabby. 1 assist as well. He's been in the starting 11 around about 81% of the time, so that's a good thing. Of course, formerly of Spurs back in the day. He's also played at Blackpool, Birmingham. He's had loan spells up and down the country. But he goes in at 28 years of age. Definitely got 4 or 5 years of top 2 level football anyway. I don't know if he can get it at the Premier League, but he's definitely doing absolute bits for QPR at the back. Joining him is Millwall's Jake Cooper. Yes, this is a pickup right here. This is a signing waiting to happen. I'm sure some Premier League clubs are sniffing at this kid. 37 years of age, only 25 years of age is old Jake Cooper. Cooper. Played 37 times, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's been in the starting 11, forever present within the team. He has got a bit of a discipline record with 7 yellows, but hey, you can't complain. Formerly of Reading, gobbled up back in 2017. But yeah, this kid has got a future. Will it be at Millwall? Probably not. I think he's going to go pastures new. He might still be in the Championship next season, but maybe a Premier League team will sniff around and gobble him up. So he's going to partner Grant Hall in a decent centre-back pairing there, a decent British centre-back pairing. Of course, Ward on the left is getting a little bit legs on him. On the right hand side, we're going to go continental a little bit up to Scandinavia and take up this guy, Brentford's very own Henrik Dalsgaard. That's right, Henrik Dalsgaard's value currently around about £1.8 million. Played 35 games for Brentford in their Skyfly High season. 30 years of age, 1 goal, 2 assists, 4 yellows. He's been in the starting 11 95% of the time. This guy's value has shot up over the past few seasons. Formerly of Zulte Waregem out in Belgium. Yeah, £1.8 million. I'm going to go back actually talk about all these other dudes here because I didn't really give you their value. But this guy is definitely the best right back up for grabs at the moment. There was other options. Carl Naughton at Swansea, Dennis Adoy at Sheffield Wednesday, but you can't knock Henrik Dalsgaard. So Cooper's current value is around about £2.5 million. One of the most expensive names on this sheet. Grant Hall, yeah, despite his amazing season, still just valued at just £1 million. And then Stephen Ward is around about 500, 600 grand, something like that. But Dalsgaard ups the ante a little bit, valued at £1.8 million. So nice, strong back four there. Also, no spring chickens, but they're all decent age, especially the centre-back pairing, and of course Dalsgaard is decent as well. So not too shabby, I think that. Okay, next up, let's push up into midfield. We're going to take a look at the left side of midfield, and he's been an absolute revelation as well this season with a shit ton load of assists. We are talking about Niclas Eliasson, that's right, of Bristol City. He's only 24 years of age. Contract is running out at the end. So 12 assists this season, 33 games, 3 goals. He's kind of dripping it in and out of the side a little bit. 46% is in the starting 11. So he's a bit of an impact player as well from the substitutes bench, from Sweden as well. Definitely a good, exciting player, still of a good, very good age. So he goes in. He ousts the likes of... well, another fella. We'll take a look at the other fella because he does make my substitutes bench. But so Niclas Eliasson squeezes in on the left-hand side there, looking pretty, aren't you, son? Next up, should we go on the right-hand side? Yeah, let's go on the right-hand side. So on the opposite side of the wing, we have a former Premier League player just last year, actually, Elias Kachunga from Huddersfield. He is only 27 years of age. Was actually born in Germany. Plays for the Democratic Republic of Congo. Look at him. He's got excellent pace. 30 games this season, 5 assists, 2 goals. Valued around about £1.8 million. Very, very good player as well. Been involved 73% of the time for Huddersfield. Can play it on the left or the right or even down the middle if you want to go there. Formerly of Ingolstadt and Paderborn, Berlin, Mönchengladbach. He's been around the old Bundesliga. So this guy is good, very good. I like him. I like him as a player. I would love to see him at Rover. An exciting winger like that. Still got a good age as well. Maybe a good 3 or 4 years of prime time football. Didn't tell you Eliasson's value. It's around about £3.6 million. So again, I kind of missed the top story on that one. He is the most expensive player within this starting 11. Only just, though. There is another player out there. Moving into central midfield now. This was a difficult one. There was 3 names up for 2 spots. In fact, there was 4 names up for 2 spots. The other 2 make the substitutes bench. We'll take a look at them in a minute. We're going to bring in number 1, and that is Hull's very own Jackson Irvine. He's more of an attacking player. Of course, one of the most valuable players left at Hull. Value around about £2.5 million according to the old transfermarkt.com. As an Australian international, he's an attacking midfielder, playing 35 games, 2 goals, 2 assists in a very, very wonky season for Hull. 92% of the time he's in the starting 11. Can play anywhere down the middle as an attacking midfielder, more as a standard box-to-box or even a defensive midfielder if you want to go there. He definitely gets into the team and he's definitely got age on his side. To play the Championship again, I think he will be. For Hull, I don't know. I think if they stay up, he might be there because they've gone through such a hard times. But I think if they go down, he wants to move on to pastures new. Next up, though, a late addition to the lineup. It is Middlesbrough's very own Jonny Howson. Yes, Jonny Howson, value around about £2.5 million. He's been playing at centre-back, so this is why I didn't know where to throw him in. But he's a universal kind of player. Played 33 times for Borough, 5 assists this season. Plays in the middle of central midfield, or can play outright. But he's also played at centre-back this season, so he's very, very universal, and that's what I like. I like a player that can play a little bit everywhere. Formerly of Leeds and Norwich, He's getting on a little bit now, 31 years of age, still got maybe 2 or 3 years of championship top-level football for Adam. He'll be an asset to anyone who gobbles him up, even if it is Middlesbrough. I'm sure they're pretty safe as houses. They ain't going to get sucked into no relegation battle. He'll be available, but where will he be next season? That's the question mark. But he's in my Dream 11 that is absolutely free. Now let's go into the top 2. We already saw him once. It is, of course, the goal machine. He's such a goal machine. Jordan Rhodes, boys and girls, was hotly tipped to join Wigan during the January transfer window on loan, but the wages kind of caused all the problems. And that's the situation. I said that with Giroud. I said that with a couple other boys. Joe Hart yesterday in the Premier League video. Players like this, he's on funny money at Sheffield Wednesday. Absolute funny money. Once this contract goes up, it kind of swings back in favour of the club. What's the best club, or what club can offer him the best deal? I'm sure it's going to be considerably less than he's got right now. He can score goals. We've seen it this season with the hat-trick. I don't think it was against Forest. He's a goal threat. He might not have the pace anymore, but he knows where the back of the net is. I would love to see him back at Rovers. He's a clinical striker. Him alongside the pace of Armstrong, Brereton and all that. It might be a good addition to have him back. But I know a lot of fans will say, don't go back to him. But he'll get championship football next season. Maybe it'll be with Wigan, but the wages will be much less. He's a northern lad, it appears, so he's in there. He's a very, very good option. Again, there's still question marks about his ability and all that, but his partner in this free transfer 11 has proven to be very, very good this season. It's Lyle Taylor, that's right. He is, despite his youthful appearance, getting on a little bit. He is 30 years of age, plays for Montserrat, born in London, though, formerly of AFC Wimbledon. They gobbled him up on a free transfer back in 2018, and that 2-year deal is up. Played 22 games this season, 11 goals. Value of £1.26 million, I think is a bit of a lie. He's been injured this season, which could hold him back a little bit. Again, Nottingham Forest were looking at him. I think Middlesbrough might have been looking at him in the summer, throughout the season. He's going to be gone somewhere very, very exciting and new. I'm going to slot him in there alongside Jordan Rhodes. Jordan Rhodes' value, I didn't tell you, is around about £1.4 million. So that makes up the Dream 11. It's an exciting Dream 11. I'll show you just 5 guys who make the substitutes bench purely because they couldn't squeeze them in. If it was a starting 15, then we'd be quids in. So we'll start as Mr. Universe at the back there. Blackburn Rovers player, of course. Elliot Bennett. He can play absolutely anywhere you like. Value around about £750,000, give or take. So he's a good option to play at left back, right back, at midfield, defensive midfield, right midfield. He can play absolutely anywhere. He's a very loyal, die-hard worker, and he gets into the team purely because of that. And he's up for grabs. Will he be at Rover next season? I think he might. I think we need leaders within this team. He is a universal player. I don't think he's going to be up for grabs at the end of it, but right now he is up for grabs. Next up, we have a Sheffield Wednesday player who's done okay this season. It's not Jordan Rhodes. It's Sam Hutchinson in the middle of the field. Defensive midfielder. He's done absolute bits for them. And let me bring up his stats. He's played 23 times, 1 goal, 1 assist. 10 yellows though, 54% of the time he's in the starting 11. His value is around about £1.4 million. He could have made that middle of the park there alongside Jackson Irvine, but unfortunately, no. The most expensive man within the whole setup doesn't even get in the team. It's just hard because I fancied Jonny Howson to play alongside Jackson Irvine, but it could have been his Huddersfield teammate, Kevin Stewart. That's right. He is valued at £3.6 million, and he could go away for absolute freeness. I say 3.6, and he's actually valued at £3.1 million. So Kevin Stewart is a very, very decent option. Formerly of, do I have his stats on here? I haven't got his previous record on there, but he's been a die-hard man in the middle of the park for Hull City. He's of a decent age as well. He's going to play the Championship, I'm sure, next season. But where will it be at Hull? I don't think so. I think he's going to move on to pastures new. Next up, we have an attacking midfield player on the right-hand side, left-hand side, wherever you want to do it. Only been at Nottingham Forest just the one season. It is Sammy Ameobi. Now, according to my records, his contract is up at the end of the season. He's valued around about £2.1 million, 36 games, 8 assists, 3 goals as well. Been in the starting 11 81% of the time. I'm sure if they're going to get promoted, or regardless, I'm sure they're going to try and work on a new deal for Sammy Ameobi, and he'll be a Nottingham Forest player next season. But he could be tempted. He's only signed the 1-year deal, according to my knowledge. And then wrapping it up, it is an interesting player. They don't make him like this very often. It is former Cardiff City attacking midfielder, former Forest midfielder. Do you know who I am? Former Bournemouth midfielder. It is, of course, that man in the pocket, Lee Tomlin. He's been an absolute bits this past recent form. Again, just like a couple other players, this break in football has come at the wrong time for him. He was turning a corner for Cardiff. 24 games, 7 goals, 7 assists, valued at £1.4 million. He's 31 years of age. He's getting on a little bit, but still can churn up the style whenever need be. He's been involved 57% of the time. I think Cardiff fans love him. I don't think they want him to see him go. But again, it's, the world is his oyster. I think because he's a bit of a journeyman, I think he might leave. He might take on something new. He was at Peterborough before this. Cardiff, Forest, Bristol City, Bournemouth, Borough, Peterborough. He's been all over the shop, and I do expect him to make another move this summer. So that is the best possible 11, and of course the squad. We've opened up the substitutes bench, but the value for the starting 11 is ranking around about £20 million. With the substitutes, they're valued around about £8.8 million, with a combined total value of £28.5 million. What do you think about that bad boy? Who would you buy? Who would you get into your starting 11 in the Championship? I like, of course, the looks of Jordan Rhodes. Of course, he's got a soft spot in my heart, but Eliasson, there's a lot of value in that. Jonny Howson's a bit universal as well. But as a rover, Jake Cooper is absolute tip-top. Him alongside Darrell Lenihan will be a bargain of the century. And again, 25 years of age, good age. And then looking on the bench, Ameobi's got a bit of value, Stewart as well. So there are some bargains to be had out there. There's still a little bit of deadwood out there. But that's my pick, boys. Get your own picks and tell me about them in the old comment section down below. We'll do this all again tomorrow when we take a little look at League One. There are still some quality players up for grabs. Rovers are linked with a couple of them as well, so we'll take a look at that tomorrow. But until then, boys and girls, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, check out the old description, links to my other social media platforms are in there, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. If you want to become a Patreon, there is a link down there, patreon.com/roverseas. Come support the channel if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll see you all next time. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.